You need to find your way around Vancouver. What is the difference between West Van, the West End, the West Side, New West, and the Westwood Plateau? Don't worry, I got you covered. Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to the Real Justine Priestley channel. I am the Real Justine Priestley, your realtor with a twist here in the Greater Vancouver area. In this video, I'm going to attempt to explain all the different areas of Vancouver itself. Let me answer the question that was at the top of this video. So West Vancouver, or West Van, is an area next to North Van on the North Shore Mountains, so across the bridge from Stanley Park. The West End is a little area between Stanley Park and downtown. New West is short for New Westminster. That's a whole different municipality south of Vancouver, kind of southeast. And the Westwood Plateau is actually a part of Coquitlam. Vancouver is big and super complicated. If you like any of those areas in Vancouver, just smoosh the lake. If you live in any of those areas in Vancouver, smoosh the lake. Riley Park Little Mountain is a great little central neighborhood that was originally post-war houses, but has really been transforming over the decades. It's changing fast, but what it's really known for is all the sports complexes. You've got Nat Bailey Stadium. Who knew? A giant baseball stadium right in the middle of Vancouver. The Vancouver Racquet Club, Little Mountain Baseball, it's still there, and that was Vancouver's first Little League. Arbutus Ridge is an older neighborhood with larger lots, stately homes, and beautiful tree-lined streets. East versus West? You can definitely tell you're in the West when there's so much space between the rooftops. It's also known for its cherry blossoms. During cherry blossom season, they're everywhere. Arbutus Ridge is mostly residential. It has Prince of Wales High School, 2 elementary schools, and a French immersion school. West Point Grey is upscale and swishy. It's very hard to film because all of the houses basically are so private. There's hedges and fences and driveways, and that's all you can really see. It sure is a gorgeous fence, though, don't you think? I did my best to get you some. Look at that Tudor confection. This one is so new, I can smell the newness from the street. West Point Grey borders Pacific Spirit Regional Park, which is a beautiful, beautiful green space used for hiking and dog walking. If you like nature, this is a gorgeous urban space. West Point Grey has the famous West Point Grey Academy, which goes pre-kinder to 12th grade. And there are 3 public high schools and 2 elementary schools. There is a small commercial strip on West 10th Avenue, but West Point Grey is mostly residential. Kitsilano is known for Kit's Beach. It's basically the party beach of Vancouver. It's not where you go if you want a quiet day at the beach. It's packed on any sunny day. Kitsilano was affordable, believe it or not, back in the 1960s and was a hotbed of hippie culture. Some of those hippie enclaves still exist, like the Nom restaurant and Banyan Books. Much of the most northern part of Kitsilano is very high density with a lot of condo buildings and apartment buildings, older and newer, all mixed together. And I love this shot. It gives you a real feeling of all the different buildings and their ages. And then around the corner, boom, look at that view. Other property unique to the Kitsilano area are these very cool, oversized beach bungalows. Kitsilano is a hotbed of activities for everyone in the city of Vancouver. The Celebration of Light takes place there, and the Kitsilano Street Party every summer. Also, Bard on the Beach is in Vanier Park. That is a world-renowned Shakespeare festival every summer. West 4th Avenue is one of the most well-known and popular shopping and strolling areas in Vancouver, and one of the best places to get a killer cup of coffee. 3 out of the 4 elementary schools in Kitsilano are French immersion. Also, Kitsilano has a wonderful place called the Fraser Academy, which is Vancouver's only school dedicated to children with learning disabilities, grades 1st through 12th. Welcome to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy has Vancouver's highest average price houses, and it's easy to see why. Fabulous mansion after fabulous mansion. Wow. In the middle of Shaughnessy, there's a little area called First Shaughnessy, which is where the oldest homes were built. The first barons and millionaires of Vancouver originally lived in the West End and had giant mansions there. But around the 1910s to the 1920s, more people were moving into the West End, and those very, very rich people decided to move, and Shaughnessy is where they took their money. This factoid may have changed a little bit, but in 2016, 51% of the homes in Shaughnessy were built before or during World War II. That's very little new construction compared to the rest of Vancouver. Shaughnessy has the Little Flower Academy, which is an all-girls Catholic high school, and Vancouver College, a Catholic university prep school for boys. York House School for girls, which goes from kindergarten to 12th grade, is the #1 school for academics in the province. Dunbar Southlands is another beautiful, old, very upscale neighborhood in the west side of Vancouver. A 1922 bylaw said that all of the homes built had to be set way to the back of their lots. The homes that are still situated like that are considered neighborhood landmarks. It's a very quiet neighborhood with gorgeous tree-lined streets, often with a tree canopy. One thing I love about everywhere in Vancouver is all the magnificent foliage. Wherever you live, you better bring your gardening skills. The Southland parts of Dunbar Southland are a unique urban country area within a suburban setting. There are approximately 300 horses that live down here. It's gorgeous. Dunbar Southlands has a little commercial area that people just call Dunbar Village. South Cambie is a small little neighborhood. Much of it is densely populated. Look at these fabulous old apartment buildings from the 50s and 60s. They look plain from the outside, but the rooms inside are often huge. And Cambie Street itself is a thriving hub of activities and great restaurants. And it's known for a large cluster of medical buildings. I think it's funny to imagine that South Cambie at one point was a large elk pasture. South Cambie has 2 elementary schools, including Emily Carr Elementary School, and 1 English high school and 1 French high school. South Cambie has the SkyTrain going through it, the Canada Line. So public transport's not a problem, but this area is so central that many people just live by walking and biking alone. But that's not all. And Vancouver's largest BC liquor store. Kerrisdale is a lovely neighborhood that has seen a lot of redevelopment. So it's a mixture of newer homes and older bungalows. Kerrisdale always reminds me of a boyfriend I had in the 90s. Hey, if you're really listening, comment below that you caught this weird commentary. Sometimes I wonder if anyone's really listening. And in the north side of the neighborhood, there is a cluster of mid-rise and high-rise condo buildings. They are close to the village. Kerrisdale Village. Right through the heart of Kerrisdale is Arbutus Corridor, an unused railway line that they turned into a beautiful green space. Kerrisdale has 4 elementary schools and 3 high schools. Crofton House School University Prep School for Girls is one of the highest ranking schools in the city. Killarney, I like to think of it as the bottom right-hand corner of Vancouver, has within it an area called Champlain Heights, which was one of the very last areas to be developed in all of Vancouver. Known for many long-standing trees, you can still find some 1920s farmhouses. Champlain Heights is mostly more affordable co-op and townhomes. Champlain Heights Community School, which goes from kindergarten to 7th grade, is known for having very interesting things on the curriculum, such as knitting, and it has an annex which goes newborn to kindergarten. Killarney is mostly residential and has a mixture of newer and older homes. You know I can't resist showing this wonderful row of Vancouver specials. Yeah. But the real new development that's happening in Killarney is along the Fraser River at the south end of the area. Many new high-risers are going up there with beautiful views and all the mod cons. Marpole is an area that was originally a Musqueam village dating back at least 4,000 years. Marpole today has 59% of its population born outside of Canada. That's so cool. There is shopping around Granville and Oak, and also around Cambie and 57th. Marpole also features many Vancouver specials and a mix of older and newer homes, mostly single-family detached. You gotta love Marpole, and you gotta love the 80s for giving us these two side-by-side dreamboats. Marpole has 5 elementary schools and, strangely, no high schools, but the 2 bordering neighborhoods each have a high school on the east side and the west side of Marpole, which services the neighborhood. Winona Park is one of the best parks in the city here in Marpole, has an interesting design of 3 big fields, bigger than a Canadian football field, and they're terraced. There are lines of trees along each of the edges of the terraces, so there is some shade, and even on a windless day, you can get a breeze in Winona Park. Fairview is a very central neighborhood on a slope coming up from False Creek. False Creek is mostly leasehold townhomes and condos. Fairview has tons of shopping and nightlife. It's quite a commercial area and very densely populated. South of Broadway, Fairview is built on a slope going down to False Creek, so many places have beautiful views of the inlet, the downtown, and the mountains. Hence the name. Fairview has the incredible Vancouver City Hall building. I love this building. City Hall opened in 1936 and was built for a mere $1 million. Fairview is home to Vancouver General Hospital, which originally opened at this location in 1906. There are lots of schools in Fairview. We have 3 high schools, including 1 bilingual high school, and 5 elementary schools, plus private schools. In the 1890s, the Vancouver streetcar used to do what was called the Fairview Loop, up Main Street, along Broadway, and down Cambie. So that area was developed very quickly, very early on in the Vancouver history. If you like any of those areas in Vancouver, just smoosh the like. If you live in any of those areas in Vancouver, smoosh the like. Thanks for watching this video, y'all. I hope it helped. Thanks for watching the Real Justine Priestley channel. I am the Real Justine Priestley, your realtor with a twist here in Vancouver. Reach out anytime. I'm here to help, and I'm here for you. See you next time. Bye.